Hey, Charlie Dino here. Welcome to Tech Positive, where we're trying to bring the positives of technology to top line growth and bottom line profitability. So today's episode is going to be sponsored by AcquireTech, where we simplify IT integrations for acquisitions. So hey, today's topic is one that I hope everyone's doing yearly, but I'm not sure if everyone does, is looking at, since we're coming up at the year end, for most of us, depending on your fiscal years, what are you doing with technology innovation? So let me define that. So it's not the how do we better our product? How do we get better from a technology stack perspective? It's really new technology offerings. So how are you doing that in your business? So I've done this a lot of different ways when we advise clients, when I was part of an executive leadership team. And one of the things that we came up with somewhere I was at about 10, 12 years ago is to look at it a little differently as part of growth. So how do you build a growth engine? And where we found this was Harvard Business Review had a really good article and method to look at it. And it's fairly easy for any size business. It's basically, and in any industry or vertical, is to look at what are your growth targets for whether it's revenue, profit, return to your shareholders within the next 3 to 5 years. Now that's most industries. I mean, if you were in the aircraft engine business, that might be 15 to 20 years, but most of us are going to be 3 to 5 years. What's your target? What's your target for growth 3 to 5 years from now? Then what you do is you look at what for your current product set, what do you see as your growth within that product set for 3 to 5 years from now? And so you have to be very fair in that moment and say, no new technology innovation. And whatever you see as the gap between whether it's revenue, profit, or shareholder return, that gap is where you need to focus on innovation. So I can tell you mostly they'll say to you, invest 9% of your budget, profit from your budget around innovation. But this is a better way for, in my opinion, to look at it is really where are you trying to go? And what you have currently, which could be really good, is how do you get there? Why is this all important? Well, here's why I say it's important is how many of us have seen businesses, industries, verticals that just kept doing the same things over and over, never brought any new technology and never brought any new technology innovation or products in. A lot of those end up dying eventually. Like from a business perspective, they sunset. And I think that's the way to avoid that is always start trying to be fresh. So, making sure you are wired to bringing innovation, ensuring that you're looking at it as an opportunity to build on your current success, your current growth, and moving it forward. Why did I say earlier it's for any size business? I think sometimes for those of us in the mid-market or small to medium business world, we think, well, that's for corporations. That's for the bigger entities out there. I would argue, no, we should all be thinking this way. So, and I said this on an episode a few episodes back, but I heard this earlier this year and looked into it because I was surprised, but it's a fact, is that there are many, many out there that believe that what we've seen from a technology change perspective and the acceleration from 100 years ago, so 1921 to now, we'll see the same type of acceleration in the next 10 years. So from now until 2031, we will see that much change in technology. So I would say to anybody in the mid-market or small to medium business that you can't afford not to be thinking about new innovation, how you can redefine yourself, how you can pivot. We've talked about that in other episodes I've been on is, what's the pivot? It's that moment that you say, hey, what am I going to do in the future? How can I build off what I'm doing today and bring more from a top line growth perspective and do it profitably so I can get a bottom line growth perspective as well through technology? That's what we're talking about with innovation. So if you have any, this is one that, again, is close to me because we do a lot of advisement out of AcquireTech. That's where I'm CEO, to different businesses. We'd be willing to do so. Just call me. I'm always available to just have a conversation about it, whether we do business together or not. I'm passionate about bringing solutions and advisement into the market so that we can better everyone out there from the top line and bottom line growth perspective through technology. So probably in a future episode, just so you know, because some of you might be asking yourself this, especially if you go out to the article I was talking about, is how do you drive innovation from a culture perspective. We can do an episode on that in the future. So that's, hopefully this has resonated with folks out there. If you have questions, call me. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to our channels, put comments down in the sections of what we put out there to give us feedback on topics that you want to see and hear. I'm always looking forward to finding out new topics. I'd love a new topic I've got to research and get somebody on for the audience to like and get out the information we've been trying to get out there. So thanks for joining us at Tech Positive. I hope you found this to be valuable, and we'll see you next time. If you believe technology can be a positive for business growth, please like and subscribe.